Is there a way to get rid of the influence of all the negativity and the negative people in your life? Well, I think there is. Ferry. Mindset. One change that changes everything. My name is Matthew Ferry, and if you're a high conscious go-getter, then I want to help you to make your mindset an asset. So many of my clients say to me, Matthew, I spend all this time working on my mindset, getting into a positive, happy, joyous place, but so many people around me are so negative. They're jerks, they're mean, they're upset, they're angry. My mom, my dad, my brothers, my sisters, my kids, my friends, my co-workers. If I could just get them to be positive, life would be so much easier. Sorry, doesn't work that way. I got some tips that will help the negative people in your life, boom, disappear in a heartbeat. But I gotta tell you, it has nothing to do with them. Number one, to make the negative people disappear in your life, here's what you gotta do. You gotta admit that you're a hypocrite, that you're negative about their negativity. You have to admit that you are no better than them, that you're resisting them. It's not them, they're just doing what they're doing, and then you're making them wrong and wishing that they were different. That is you being in a negative state. So here's the thing that you gotta get. You're joining them. The goal for you is to actually learn the techniques in my mindset methodology which help you to accept and appreciate all the different types of people out there in the world so that you are no longer in an agitated state, but you're in a symbiotic and flowing state. And when you're symbiotic, it doesn't mean that they affect you and that you join them. When you're symbiotic, it means that they can live here, you can live there, and you both get to do whatever it is that you want to do. Number two, you want the negative people in your life to just evaporate and disappear? No problem. Here's what you got to do. You need to recognize that it's actually inside of you. You don't like in other people the stuff that you're unwilling to admit about yourself. Now, maybe you've spent some time trying to conquer your own negativity, but I'd be willing to bet that if you get really honest with yourself, that you don't like some of the negative moments that you have as a person, that they bug you. It bugs you that you get negative. You feel guilty that you get negative. And my friend, that right there is the thing that bugs you about other people. It's what's inside of you. So start to acknowledge, I don't like in them what I don't like in myself. And the moment you do that, then it takes the sting away and they get to be exactly who they are and it doesn't bug you. In conclusion, negativity is not out there in the world. You know where it is? It's in you. Negativity is nothing more than the resistance that you have to the things that are happening in life. There is no negativity. It's just a perspective that you have. And if you don't get your mindset under control, then you will pretend like or be influenced by a world that you say is out there, which is really just in here. All right, here's what I want you to do, okay? Can you just identify someone who is negative in your life? And do two things for me. One, will you just put yourself in their shoes and look at the world through their eyes and see how, from their perspective, who they were raised by, the life that they've been living, how they've been operating, the circumstances of their life. Just notice that for them, that perspective is actually an effective perspective. They're just trying to survive. Just acknowledge they're just trying to survive, okay? Accept that for them, that's the right way to look at the world. It's different than the way you would look at it. You don't like to look at the world that way. But look, you're not the ruler of the universe. You don't get to decide how everyone gets to think. So please get off your high horse immediately and recognize you're just a normal human being like the rest of us. Number two, here's what I want you to do. I want you to notice how with that person, there's something about the way that they're operating that you have really fought to overcome in your life, or that keeps coming up and bugs you about yourself. There's something about them that you've tried so hard to get rid of that way in your own life, or you're just not being honest with yourself. It's still there and you haven't dealt with it yet, and you don't want to deal with it because it's something you don't like about yourself. Try those things. If you're a high conscious go-getter, I want to help you to make your mindset an asset. And that's because mindset is the one change that changes everything.